right, welcome back to the Joliet Inwood Complex Labor Day weekend winners bracket championship game, SSA National Championship. Beautiful day here at the park, 75 degrees, sun splashed, and we are ready for action. Flashback, ready to take on Chucks for the right to go on to play for the championship. Both teams, of course, undefeated. Flashback, about an hour ago, took care of Hall of Fame concessions, and then Chucks took care of Signature to get to this point. And since then, Iron, reaching the Final Four, defeated Hall of Fame concessions 5-0, and the 45s, with the help of a late triple by Jeff Mustari, knocks out Signature 5-4. So Iron will be playing 45s here at the same time that Flashback and Chucks will be playing. So the loser of this game will play the winner of Iron and the 45s. Glad you're joining us on the SSA broadcast. Matt Dosen coming to you live from the Inwood Complex. And I'm trying to get a lineup for Chucks, as they will be the visitors. Thank you, Nick. Nick Visvardis behind home plate. And here we go, ready for action. Mike Moji Marasovic on the mound. And here's Drew Leidig to lead things off for Chucks. And Drew goes on the right field line, a little push shot, and he'll lead things off with a base hit. So Drew, a tough out. You have to respect his power, but he's been becoming more and more of a cut push hitter, and I think that's really upped his game. Here's Matt Scragg for Chucks. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the first, just underway. Championship of the winners bracket here from the Joliet Inwood Complex. Of course, Flashback, runners up last year to Rosmondo, who was knocked out earlier today by Iron. And there's a walk. So runners at first and second, nobody out for Matt Mackey. And I would be quite surprised if we don't see a long ball towards right field here. Possibly go for a humpback, but I'd be shocked if this didn't attempt to pull the ball here. So you see PJ Raines at second base, playing about 40 feet past the base path there, expecting a hard ball his way. And there's a long fly ball to right, so Matt doing a great job there. He will move both base runners up 60 feet. So a very unselfish ball there by Mackey. Long fly ball, about 275 feet. Ball carried quite well there. So now we have Levi Usher, one of the best young players in the game, in the batter's box now for Chucks. He has really come on the scene like gangbusters last couple of years. Power, speed, and he is a force to be reckoned with. Second and third, one out. And that pitch a little bit short. Moji, of course, famous for his knuckleball. Doesn't always deploy it, but in big situations he will. Here's Usher with a fly ball to center. That's going to score a run as Justin Smykowski makes the catch. Drew Leidig scores the first run of the game, and it's 1-0 in favor . And I think I got that right there. 1-0 Chucks there, top of the first. So 2 outs now. Here's Jake Reynolds. Jake, of course, longtime player on the Old Timers squad. They combined with Chucks a couple of years ago. About half and half, I would say, of Old Timers and Chucks now make up this Chuck squad. And Moji with a 4-pitch walk. So that's 2 walks so far. Very uncharacteristic of Moji, although, you know, Moji's a smart player. He's been around a long, long time, and he knows as a pitcher the guys he wants to work around and situational softball just about as well as anybody. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was an unintentional, intentional walk. Here's big Mr. Smith for Chucks.
Hey, get out of here.
2-1 count now. 2 outs, runners at first and second, 1-0 Chucks here in the top of the first. And there's a long fly ball to right, and Danny Dispenza will take care of that. And after a half inning of play, it's 1-0 Chucks.
Hey, you gotta move to the other side. Bring the other team. Stand right in front of me, man.
You can go on that side too if you like.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you about. Very efficient.
How about this?
That works.
Better? All right, a little different angle. George Bliss, I know, is a big fan of this angle, and I tend to agree. Of course, plays in the outfield will be a little bit harder to see, but I think you get a good perspective here from the batter's box. And we'll move around. We'll get a couple different perspectives here. Already getting on, the fans getting on me about being in their way. It's the last thing you want to do is upset the fans. So here's Brian Kearns going to step in for Flashback. Brian, one of the speedier guys, still playing the game. Brian's smart player, hard player, loves to play. Very dependable player, and has done a really, really great job for Flashback since he came over, about a year and a half ago when he came out. I believe it was around Forest Park in 2000, maybe 2.5 years now. There's a ball down the right field line, just foul. So I want to say it was 2023. So yeah, so a year and a half ago, roughly. He, I'm sorry, a little over 2 years ago, Flash was down an outfielder, and Brian came out around Forest Park time and had a great Forest Park. Of course, Flash won in 2023 and 2024, and Brian was a big part of both those championships. Drew Leidig jumps up, 2 strikes, and almost had Kearns there with a quick pitch. But Nick called the legal right away, and Brian was able to hold off. 1-0 Chucks, bottom of the first. Brian Kearns. And that pitch is strike 3. Strike 3. And there's the first out of the bottom of the first. Let's see if we get the replay of that pitch. You guys make the determination. Now back to live action. Danny Dispenza with a fly ball into center field for the second out. So that strike 3 call really got the bench going for Chucks. And in steps PJ Raines, one of the best young players in the game. Of course, PJ burst onto the scene in 2022 Nationals, played with the Shooters in that Nationals, and I know because he had a huge game against us on Sunday against my moneyline team. And then the next year was with Signature, then onto the 45s, now on to Flashback. Of course, his father, Petey Raines, inducted into the Hall of Fame last year. There's a ground ball up the middle. Leidig knocks it down, throws it first, and that will end the first inning of play with the score: Chucks 1, Flashback nothing. See if I can figure out this innings. All right, top half of the second now, 1-0 Chucks. And I'm sorry, I did not get a lineup card for the Chuck squad with first names. I'm great with faces, not great with names. I'll read off the last name, and I apologize to some of these players for not knowing their first names off the top of my head. Here's Hendricks up at the plate. And a line drive, base hit. Past PJ Raines for a leadoff single. That'll bring up Carlson. 1-0 Chucks in this Winners Bracket Championship game. Beautiful day, 70. You couldn't ask for a better weekend weather-wise. Beautiful day, barely a breeze. Nice and warm. Ball should go. You can see Vito is short center playing on the right side of the diamond here. And there's a ground ball right to Vito. He'll step on the bag, throw to first, and that's an easy double play. So well defended there by Flashback. Usually the defense takes their cues from the pitcher. Most pitchers know how they want to pitch the batter, and they'll move the short center either to the left side or right side of second base, and there was perfect positioning by Moji. Moji really does a great job, always working on the outfield. And again, it really depends on how the pitcher is going to pitch a certain hitter, whether or not they want him to come in, play a little shallower in the outfield, or move one side or the other on the diamond. There's a fly ball into center, and that'll do it for Chuck. So that big double play may have changed momentum here. That's what you look for in these games that are, with the gloves, mostly are low scoring and highly contested. You look for little momentum swings, and that could be the momentum swing that Flashback's looking for right now, as Chuck's really had momentum the first inning. So Flashback will be coming up down 1-0, bottom of the second. Glad you're joining us from the Inwood Complex here in Joliet. Matt Dosen on the live stream here for the SSA broadcast of our SSA Major National Championship, Winners Bracket Championship. Down to our final four. Iron playing the 45 now. Right behind me. We'll try to get a score update. As Justin Smykowski steps in. Now, Justin has not played a lot of softball this year. He's got a job with ComEd that really is, depending on the weather, could take up a lot of his time as he grounds a second for the first out. So Justin, everybody knows the talent that he has. And father, young family, and again, a work schedule that's pretty taxing. So Justin not able to make a lot of games this year. Has been out a lot more here in the second half. Here's Pat Dillon. A long drive to left and over the head of left fielder. So a bad jump there. Looks like Pat Dillon may have himself a triple, and he does.
Hey, I'm like, you got him, dude.
That ball was really tagged, and from the spectator point of view, it looks like an easy ball, but as an outfielder myself, the hardest ball to judge is the line drive hit right at you, and that ball was right at the left fielder. Didn't get the greatest of jumps, I'm sure he will admit to you, but not a super easy play as well. Pat really laid into that one. Here's Joe Piscitelli with the tying run at third base, and Pish hits a short fly ball to center. It should be deep enough, and it will be. The Flashback to tie the score at 1. So 1-1 score now here in the bottom of the second. Here's Vito Ivanino. And flies out to left, and that'll do it for Flashback. But the triple by Pat Dillon and a sacrifice fly ties the game up. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Pat Dillon for his service to our country. Pat is a Navy SEAL and had a week leave. Was talking to his mom and father earlier in the weekend, and they were so happy to have Pat back and happy to be out here watching Pat compete with Flashback. Pat's been on this Flashback team for a number of years. Really, I want to say he was 19 when he first came out with Flashback, and it wasn't long before he worked his way into the lineup and really became one of the top young players in the game. So 1-1 score, top of the third.
Working out in the morning's good though.
That's it, Mo.
I'll have to give Ben a little. There's Brady Fisher. Oh, and a lot of gloves flying around there as Joe Piscitelli dove for it, got a piece of it as Joey Gallardo flipped his glove off. He was going to try to go in the hole and make a play, but the ball glanced off Pish's glove into left field, and then Ryan Russ drew his glove off to get the ball in quickly. So a leadoff single by Brady Fisher, and now we're back to the top with Drew Leidig. And Drew with a fly ball to right. That should be an easy play for Dispenza. Brady bluffs a throw. See, I'm a big fan of that. With the gloves on a routine fly ball, why not go back and tag and just make sure the outfielder knows that you're tagging. Once in a while, you'll get that outfielder will sail a throw left, right, or over the bag. And if you're tagging and you go a quarter of a way down, you get a chance to get an extra base. An extra base with the gloves is huge in this game. So on a route, for all you young softball players out there, with the glove, you're on first base, you see a routine fly ball, go back and tag. There's a base hit by Strag. Boy, he really smoked that ball in between short and third. Little grunt to boot. So runners at first and second, and now Matt Mackey, who last time just gave himself up to move the runners, this time he won't be giving himself up, I can tell you that. 1-1 score, bottom of the third. Looks like I need to change that inning, and I will do that after this half inning, but we're in the top of the third. I think I just said bottom. Top of the third. As Mackey with a ground ball to first. Dillon will go to second for one. Back over to first, not in time. So a good play by Pat to get the lead runner there at second. And again, a lot of times you'll see a first baseman just settle for an out at first, but then two runners will be in scoring position. So a confident throw there by Pat Dillon and a smart play to get the lead runner. So now runners at first and third with two outs. And Levi Usher at the plate. Now with Levi's speed, what you'd like to see him do is try to hit the ball in the infield between infielders here and not try to hit the ball over their heads. Use that great speed. And Mackey's got to get a good jump here on the swing. He's got to be able to beat the force at second and make them throw over to first to get Levi. Let's see if he goes to the left side of the diamond here.
Come on, Lord.
There's a strike, 2 balls and a strike. And a line drive over the head of Gallardo for a base hit. That's a big 2-out hit. And that's going to set up runners at the corners and give Chucks a 2-1 lead.
Back up, PJ, back up. Steal a liner here, boys. Come on. Come on, Bowden.
Nice catch out there by Ryan Russ. 2 retire the side on a long fly ball by Jake Reynolds. So, Chucks with a nice inning to take the lead on a big 2-out hit by Levi Usher. 2-1 Chucks as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. That's a big catch by Ryan Russ out there in left. And it'll be Mike Manzella, Ryan Russ, Joey Gallardo, the 3 batters due up for Flashback. Glad you're joining us on our SSA broadcast. Want to thank, of course, all our sponsors that make this possible for us to be out here and host this fantastic national event. The culmination of a long softball season. And it used to be, back when I would play, it'd be the last time you see a lot of these guys for about 5 or 6 months. But now with many park leagues that play in the fall, as Mike Manzella tries to hit that ball down the left field line. And all the dome action that takes place, these guys see each other almost all year round. It's really become a year-round sport thanks to the fall leagues and the dome. So it's really not a goodbye, it's more a so long till next game when the national championship concludes. Mike Manzella. There's a long fly ball into right on his horse, and he can't get there. Boy, that ball just kept on carrying. And Mike looks like he's going to score on a solo homer to lead off the inning. Boy, that ball just kept going. That ball is really traveling today. And Mike really laid into that one. That one had to be about 280 out there. And I think the right fielder thought he was going to get there with room to spare, and the ball just kept going. So a solo homer to tie up the ball game here as Ryan Russ steps in. Ryan Russ with a base hit. So now the Flashback dugout after that solo homer by Manzella starting to make some noise. Bottom of the 3rd, 2-2 score. Nobody out, runner at first. Here's Joey Gallardo. Boy, this angle, Jake Reynolds, such a big man, kind of engulfs the batter. Joe with a base hit in the right center field. So Flashback with 3 well-struck balls here to start the inning. And Anthony Stacy is going to step in, and he's going to pinch hit for Moji. And now Anthony, I'm sure. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sure because I've seen it earlier in the. As Stacy, it's a fly ball, shallow left field. And I was going to first say that Anthony was going to for sure try to go to the right side to move the runners. It looked like he felt more comfortable driving the ball to left. And you hear Jibbs here saying, let's just move him. So not a bad idea. I mean, a fly ball to left is a long fly ball to left is probably going to move up Ryan Russ, who runs very, very well. But I'd be surprised if, well, I'm not going to say it. I don't know, Anthony may try to do that same ball here. Let's see if he tries to go to the right side. And there he's a ground ball to second. This could be 2. Over to second for 1, over to first, double play. So there, a case of a player trying to do the right thing, just wasn't able to execute. So you're disappointed if you're the coaching staff or the players in Flashback, but again, it's a player trying to do the right thing. You know, we are human. Here's Brian Kearns, and now you're hoping, if you're Flashback, that Brian picks up his teammate and gets a big hit here. So there, you know, I'm thinking that what was going through Anthony's head was, I don't want to pop up to left. It makes me look like a selfish player, but I know this thinking that he was trying to drive the ball to left to move the runner, and then hit a foul ball, the first strike, and then he probably thought to himself, well, I better try to go to the right side this time to move the runner, and he just didn't get enough of it, and it turned out to be a one-hopper to second. Here's Kearns with a line drive, caught by the right fielder to win the inning. So a missed opportunity there for Flashback to take the lead, but they do tie the score. We're all knotted up at 2 after 3 innings. Glad you're joining us on our SSA broadcast here. Matt Dosen, live from the Joliet Inwood Complex. Winners Bracket Championship game between Chucks and Flashback. 2-2 score, top of the 4th. Chucks jumped up 1-0. Flashback tied it. Chucks jumped up 2-1, and Flashback just tied it on Mike Manzella's solo homer. Here's Smith leading things off for Chucks. And a high pop-up. Ryan's got to play very deep because of Smith's strength, and he comes in to make a running catch for the first out. I'm going to bring up Mike Hendricks. Been a good player for a long time. So Iowa looking to have a national champion for the first time on the major level since 1995, when Carpet Country had a miraculous and a run that guys that were playing softball back then will never forget, coming out of the losers bracket and just playing lights out to win in Mount Prospect against the Splinters team. Especially the last 2 games were really memorable. There's a ground ball to short. Digiardo throws out off the glove and makes an easy play as Hendricks slipped there in the batter's box. So you'll see that occasionally. You know, it's a lot of guys don't feel really comfortable with the glove, especially infielders, because, you know, when we play barehanded all year, it's easy, obviously, to get the ball in and out of your hands to make a throw. Sometimes, you know, an infielder with a big glove will have a hard time finding the ball, even though it is a 16-inch ball, and they prefer to just throw off the glove on an easy 1-hopper or 2-hopper to make a throw over to first. And there was a perfect example of that situation. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Carlson.
There's 2.
So again, Moji throwing more balls than normal, but it's all part of Moji's plan. He knows what he's doing. Here's a ground ball, lets that one go. Smart play by Moji. Over to Digiardo for the easy out, and 1-2-3 goes Chucks in the top of the 4th. Still a 2-2 score. Good crowd here. Take a shot around. There's 45s playing iron on the other diamond. 1-1 score, looks like, in the 2nd inning. So a really, really great run here by Iron and their young team, led by Danny Adkins, of course. And they're still not done. 1-1 against the 45s. You know, Iron's had issues in this tournament the last few years because they have such a young team. They had a lot of guys that would go back to college before, obviously, Labor Day. And now all those guys are finally of age where they've all graduated. I think one player still plays baseball at Lewis University, but they're so close that he can come back and play. So they're making a fantastic run. They've played really well here in the last half of the year. Good guys, good young team, and it's good to see them playing well. There's Danny Dispenza with a base hit up the middle. Now, if you're going to ask me, a guy that's been running a team at the major level the past 5 years, that man right there at first base is the toughest out in softball. He's a problem. Danny's a problem. Everything is hard. Everything he thinks double out of the box. Here's PJ Raines.
Here you go, Drew. Here you go, Drew.
Ground ball to short. Over to second. Oh, the bobble! And they still call him out. So, nice job there. Sprague over to Hendricks. And they got the force out. Danny runs very, very well. So, little bobble. But Hendricks gathered the ball and was able to get the force out. So here's Justin, another guy that's right behind Danny in terms of problems. Everything hard, everything to the middle, and you can't cheat him because he's got big power and lightning fast. Terrific hitter. And I gave him the kiss of death there as he flies out to left. So 2 outs. And here's Pat Dillon, who got Flashback going with a big triple his last time up. Bottom of the 4th, 2-2 score. PJ Raines at first. Pat Dillon in the batter's box. Pat takes a strike, so Drew's been all over the strike zone in this game, coming right at the Flashback hitters. That one just missed outside and short.
2-1.
Had long fly ball to left, and it looks like that will be caught, and that will end the 4th inning of play as the score remains 2-2. What a day to be out here watching softball. If you want to draw up a perfect summer day, perfect day to play the game, look at a blue sky, some light clouds. Fantastic, nothing better. Greatest game in America. Glad to be out here, glad to be talking to you live. Glad to be enjoying 2 fantastic teams. Chuck's from Iowa, of course Flashback from here in Chicago. Lots of really good guys on both teams. Of course, good guys on every team out here. You know, it's really a fraternity. Guys that really care about each other, especially when adversity hits. And I can speak to that personally this year. I want to thank all the guys that have reached out to me with my little health scare, and it's been really great. Here's a long fly ball, deep left center. That one's going to be a problem, and that's going to be a pinch hit, leadoff triple for Chucks. I don't have a name, but he definitely made his presence known there. He knew it right when he left the box too. Let's see if we get a little replay of that one. That was well strung up. I was a little bit late on the replay. My apologies. So let's get back to live action here. So runner at third. Brady Fisher at the plate. Now 2 schools of thought here with Brady. Brady's going to pop up in the foul territory and off the dugout. So conventional wisdom has always kind of been go for your hit with no outs, right? And I've got to give credit to Dave Winslow. About a year or 2 ago, depending on when you're in a lineup, and here we're at the bottom, you really want Brady to get that run in now to let the top of the order go for a hit. If that makes sense. If you're at the top of the order, you don't want to give yourself up. But here at the bottom, you want to give yourself up, get that run in, and let your top of the order go for hits. Fisher with a line drive to short center. So that's a big out. So now, as I was just saying, now you need Drew Leidig, one of the better hitters on the team, to really make sure he gets this run. All right. So Drew's gone to right field both times. Base hit to right to start the game, and a fly ball to right field his last time out. So let's see if he tries to just drive the ball as deep as he can to left, or if he tries to go to right. So now to Chuck's match, we'll see what kind of where Moji pitches him. As Drew hits a long fly ball, gives himself up. Smart play, team play, and good execution there by Drew Leidig to give Chucks the 3-2 lead. So you saw there for sure, Moji was trying to pitch Drew inside, and Drew did a good job. He had two thoughts in mind, I'm sure. If he pitches me inside, I'm going to drive the ball. If he pitches me outside, I'm going to go to right. So Drew's been playing the game long enough. He's been a good hitter for a long time. Really, really well done. Great thought process and great execution. Here's Scragg with 2 outs, and he pushes the ball to right side for a base hit. Beautiful, beautiful swing there. Last time he smoked a ball in between short and third. This time pushes the ball between first and second.
44 for 13.
And now Chuck's with a runner at first with 2 outs, and Matt Mackey at the plate. And of course, Matt is a threat to hit a gap at any time. So a pinch runner in for Chucks, and a long single could definitely score here, because the outfield's got to play Mackey deep enough to where a single could score a run. And I think Moji, again, wants to pitch him outside here. Doesn't want to give him anything really to pull the ball, because you want to make him go to left field here. Harder to score a run from first. As Mackey hits a long fly ball at the deep center field, Smykowski back and almost at the warning track makes the catch. So that was a long out. So 1 run for Chucks as they take the lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Glad you're joining us on this Sunday afternoon. We know you've got a lot of options out there, a lot of picnics going on. But if you're watching us, thank you for your support. And it is definitely an honor to be able to bring you this game. Winners Bracket Championship, Chucks and Flashback trying to earn the right to go to the championship game. And if you're new to the 16-inch scene, we are playing with gloves here for the national championship. We play no gloves for most of the summer, but this is a tournament where we do play with the gloves. So a little bit different philosophy, a little bit different thought process in terms of execution when we put the gloves on here. Here's Joe Piscitelli, and Joe tries to punch the ball over the first baseman's head. But Joe, again, one of the more talented softball players we've had in our game for the past half decade at least. But Joe, again, a young father, has kids involved in travel sports, good athletes, so obviously taking an active role in coaching and watching them. So Joe hasn't played much softball this year with Flashback either. You know, these guys get to that age in their mid-30s. They've got a lot more going on in their lives than just softball. As Joe, it's a ground ball right back to Leidig for the first out. It's always interesting to try to have that balance, that softball / home / work balance, to be able to play this game that we love. Here's Vito, and Vito drives the ball down the left field line, foul. Vito, another young player that has really come on here in the last 5-6 years. Very talented, really, really good hitter, confident hitter. One out, bottom of the 5th, 3-2 Chucks. Championship of the winners bracket. Oh, you could tell Drew is really locked in this game. Vito tries to cut the ball down the left field line, and that ball will be caught for the second out. Nice running catch there by the left fielder. Of course, Chucks won a couple of really, really low-scoring games their first 2 games. Then they I think, shut out Signature to get to this point. So they are playing phenomenal defense, and Drew's doing a great job on the mound. Here's Mike Manzella, who hit a long home run his last time up. So let's see what Mike does there. If he tries to tie it up with one swing or tries to get on base. There's a fly ball to left for the third out. always interests me with softball hitters, and this is by no means a knock on Mike, but his last time up he pounded the ball this way over the right fielder's head, and then tried to push the ball here, which Mike does a phenomenal job pushing the ball. But as a manager, I like to see my guys, if they hit a big ball one way, go there again the next time. Keep going till they get you out. Sometimes hitters overthink things a little bit in the box, and again, far be it for me to give any advice to any hitters out there. I was never a good hitter myself, but I've played enough and seen enough to kind of have that philosophy as a coach, to where guy gets a hit one way or two hits in one spot, just keep going, keep pounding that same spot till they get you out. There's Levi Usher at a big 2-out RBI his last time up. Levi pounds the ball, and it's a humpback for a base hit. Man, that is, and he little hesitation and goes into second. So Danny with maybe a little slight hesitation. I think Levi kind of deked him out there, and he has definitely got an extra gear and gets the second with nobody else, which is huge now. So, okay, so Jake Reynolds again pounded the ball almost to the warning track last time up. I've seen him go to right, but now, what's he thinking? Is he thinking, let's just hit another long fly ball to left, or do I try to go to right to move him? We shall see how Moji pitches him here. Pitches him outside, and he goes with the pitch, fly ball to center, and that'll move up Usher. And again, that's a great execution. Moji, very smart pitcher, didn't want to give Jake a pitch he could pull deep, threw the ball outside, and Jake didn't try to do too much, just hit the ball to center field. It was medium depth, it wasn't that deep, but with Levi Usher's great speed, you don't need to hit the ball that far. So Chuck's doing all the right things execution-wise, and now runner at third, and here's Smith, and he's just got to hit the ball to left field, and it just has to get to the outfield. Oh, and he pops it up. He pops it up, and he is not happy. And just what we were talking about, Smith's power to left there, tried to do the right thing by going to right, might have overthought it a little bit and popped up to second. So that's a huge second out. So now Hendricks has to come up with a big 2-out hit. So Flashback talking things over. They want to see if they want to pitch to him or maybe pitch to the guy on deck. So now Jeff Jibbs Hernandez is going to walk out to Moji, and they're going to talk things over, and I think Moji's going to tell him who he thinks he wants to pitch to. So now it's interesting. Do you want to set up a force at second and make the guy on deck beat you, or do you want to pitch to Hendricks here with a man on third? So we'll see if Moji comes right at him, or if he tries to pitch around him, maybe try to get Hendricks to swing at a bad pitch. This is the great part about softball. It's the chess game. It's the cat and mouse. It's the thought process of the pitcher. It's the thought process of the hitter. Where am I going to go? What's my best ball in this situation? And Moji starts off with a strike. Hendricks swings, and he hits a base hit down the right field line. That's a monster hit there as the bench erupts for Chucks. Big 2-out hit to pick up his team by Hendricks. So now it's a 4-2 Chucks lead. 2 outs, top of the 6th.
Jerry, lock in. Don't stop. We go 2. Come on.
And a flip over the head of Dylan. That's going to set up first and third at least here. Oh, a little hesitation, throw home, and he's going to be out at home. So an aggressive send by Chucks. Hendricks kind of stopped and then started again, and that was an easy play to retire the side. But Chucks does come up with a run to make it 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Sorry for not changing that inning, but we are in the 6th. So exciting action here. That was a A lot going on in that inning.
It's 145.
So it looks like the 45s are up 6-1 to Iron. And if that fifth inning, and if that score holds up, the 45s will take on the loser of this game. And the winner will be sitting in a really good spot with just needing one more win to win the 2025 SSA National Championship. Glad you're joining us. Matt Dosen here at beautiful Joliet Inwood Complex on a beautiful day for softball. Here's Ryan Russ to lead things off. And Ryan, it's a ground ball to third, one hopper, over to first to get the first out of the inning.
Hey, let's go, Joseph. Go, JoJo.
So normally you kind of exhale when you get to the team's bottom of the order, but not with this Flashback team. You had Ryan Russ, who's really become a very good hitter. You got Joey Giardo, who's been one of the best shortstops in the game for a number of years, and then it looks like Anthony Stacy, a fine hitter, will be batting again for Moji. Here's a first pitch strike. Joe didn't like that call. And Giardo with a ground ball up the middle. Drew gets his body in front of it. Oh, what a play! What a play! Drew knocked the ball down, got in front of it with his body, and then tapped it over to first. Let's take a look again at that play. Great stuff. Great stuff there by Drew Leidig. And here's Anthony Stacy. He's going to bat again, so now Moji will be out of the game, and I'm guessing that Jibbs will be coming in the pitch for Flashback. Let's see if Anthony can get a hit here. Start a 2-out rally for Flashback. Get back to the top of the order. Ooh, inside. 3-0. 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. And that one is a strike. Oh, that's a deep strike. Flashback dugout does not like that call. So you had one team arguing the call before and one team arguing this call. 3-1 count. Stacy swings, and nice play by the second baseman. Throw to first. Oh! And a couple of defensive gems there by Chucks. And that ends the sixth inning with Chucks leading 4-2.
JP, you got it? Come on, Jip.
So that's the way Chucks has been winning. I want to say they've only given up 5 runs in 4 games thus far. 5 or 6 runs. So Drew has done a great job on the mound, and man, he really set the tone with that tremendous play on Giardo there for the second out. So Jibbs indeed will take over on the mound for a Flashback. Of course, Jibbs no stranger to big spots and national championship games. So it's really been a fun game here. A lot of action for a 4-2 ball game. Most of these games have been low scoring. It's really been a year of defense. When you look back at Forest Park, some of the scores were amazingly low. Maybe a combination of great defense, good pitching, and lack of execution and hitting this year. So now we've got Chucks trying to add a third run here, or a 3-run lead here would be huge.
Right where we want to be, guys. Let's go.
You remember with Flash, they got the top of the order up, so Chucks would love to get a couple guys on base here for their top of the order. Line drive over the head of PJ Raines. So a great start for Chucks. And I'm sorry, I can't read the writing of the last name of that player, but it was a Brady maybe. That was a nice leadoff single. And that'll bring up Brady Fisher here with a runner at first and nobody out. And the top of the order up next for Chucks. Jibbs just missed there. Just missed inside. And a ground ball to second. Rain's going to go to second for one. And over to first, not nearly in time. So they do get the lead runner. You would have liked Brady there to try to hit the ball maybe between first and second to get that runner over to second. Perhaps he was trying to do that. Again, easier said than done. So Flashback with a big out there to get the lead runner. So here's Drew. Drew, again, a crafty hitter. See what he tries to do here. Last time at a sacrifice fly to left. Base hit to right field his first time up. I think he might be trying to go to right field again. Pat Dillon's playing a little shallow at first. Let's see. And he tried to go into the gap in right center, pops it up, and Dispenza will take care of that. So now 2 outs. And Matt Sprague up at the plate. A couple of knocks his last 2 times up. Base hit between short and third, and he punched one in between first and second. So Brady runs well at first base. I don't think Chuck's want to have another base runner thrown out, though, at home to end the inning. And a long fly ball into center, and that's going to do it for Chucks. So, Flashback down to the final 3 outs, trailing 4-2. Championship of the winners bracket here. Glad you're joining us on our SSA broadcast. Matt Dosen coming to you live from the Inwood Complex here in Joliet. They've hosted this tournament for the past 4 years. We want to thank everybody involved here at Inwood. They do a fantastic job. All the ladies in the concession stand, and it's been a tremendous tournament thus far. Iron and the 45s are playing on the diamond behind me. 45s with the lead, and the winner of that game will play the loser of this game. So top of the order for Flashback. So you got the part of the order you want up for Flash, although most of the order is fantastic. Brian Kearns, Danny Dispenza, PJ Rains. So let's see if Brian takes a strike here. The ground ball to second. Brian can run over to first for the first out. So maybe would have liked to have seen Brian take a strike there. Down a run. But Brian, an aggressive hitter, just didn't try to cut that ball in between first and second, just didn't get enough of it. There's Danny Dispenza. Again, for my money, the toughest out in the game. Clutch hitter as well. That pitch, Danny drives the ball left center gap. It's going to hang up there for Usher for the second out. So Flashback down to their final out. PJ Rains with Justin Smykowski on deck. PJ's got power in the gaps, so Chucks can't play too shallow here. PJ's got great speed. PJ swings a long fly ball to right, and that does it. So Chucks remains unblemished with a 4-2 victory. They will await the winner of Flashback and the winner of the Iron 45s game that should be concluding here in a little bit. So Chuck's in a great spot here, trying to bring that national championship back home to Iowa. It's been 30 years since it's been sitting in the state of Iowa, and they have put themselves in a terrific spot. So thank you for watching. Glad to be out here. It's a pleasure bringing you this game. And if you can get out here for these last couple hours of softball. If not, stay tuned. Gio will be broadcasting more games to